Hey, this is Vorph from Samael, and you're listening to the Dan Chan Show.
Hey Vorph, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm very fine, and you?
Very good, thank you. How's things in Switzerland at the moment? Is it all beautiful, picturesque mountains and everything? Is it Sion you're from? Sion?
Yeah. I'm living nearby Sion. I mean, I'm born there, but I'm in the area, so to speak. Yeah.
What's it like being from the most beautiful country in the world?
It's fine. Actually, it's a very sunny day today. I just have the sun now, so yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. I love Switzerland so much. I don't like the prices, but I love Switzerland. Now, onto the music. On February the 16th, you're releasing your live album, Passage Live, which was recorded at a sold-out show in Krakow, Poland. This album and show was an homage to the 1996 classic album of the same name. What was it like returning to that album in its entirety, and what made you want to release a live version of it?
Yeah, I mean, there were few things. We already did this, not the recording, but the live thing for Ceremony of Opposite a few years ago. Yeah. And, you know, as much as I was not a big fan of this when other bands were doing it, once we've tried it, I actually really enjoy it. You know, it's really like a time capsule.
Yeah.
And you play those songs. I mean, some of them, they're still in the set list most of the time, but some you haven't played for 20 years or something. And you really kind of, you know, get the whole vibe of what it was to do those songs at the time. And this is really an experience I enjoy. So we did this again for Passage. We were supposed to do 25th anniversary tour, I think in, 2021.
Yeah.
But got cancelled because of COVID. So we did it a year later. And we knew that we wanted to record every show for that tour and hopefully, you know, have something interesting to choose from for a live album. Because we didn't want it to do like a re-recording of the album. We thought it was more interesting to have the live version. And that's what we did.
Well, that's kind of answered my question, because I want to know what it's like recording a live show knowing it's going to be released. And I assume you recorded it with that in mind. Was there any added extra pressure during that tour? Because I thought you might have recorded it for maybe 1 or 2 nights, but if you recorded every show, you've got a lot of material to work with.
I mean, you know, some of the show we knew we will not use. And then, you know, there were quite a few we could have choose from, but we actually decided to use the last one. I mean, you know, we were warmed up. I mean, we had played that for 17 times already. Yeah. And it was really like the routine sort of thing. So we thought, well, okay. And Poland has always been great with us. So, you know, it was like a good place to do this.
Yeah.
And just did a little bit of editing here and there, but basically this is like 98% of, you know, what we played that night.
Yeah. And obviously, if you did record all the tour, that wasn't as much pressure on that Krakow show.
Of course not. I mean, actually, we didn't know we will use it until, you know, at the end of the tour, when we start to check a little bit what we got. We thought, well, you know, there were like a few shows that we thought, well, they were probably the best of the tour. You know, there were Paris, there were Lyon, there were one in Netherlands that was really good. We played Austria, that was good as well. So, you know, we wanted to choose from those one. And we thought, well, you know, let's just have one and not pick up one song here and there. So it's more like a flowing sort of thing. Yeah. And, I like it the way it is now.
So now we're into 2024. You've got the release coming up in February. Are we going to expect any new Samael music anytime soon? What's on the horizon?
We are on it, of course, but I don't know when we're gonna finish something. We record some of the stuff. Now we have to choose with who we're gonna mix and how we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
But kind of the goal will be to have at least one song released this year at some point. So that will mean we have the whole album ready. Awesome. So yeah, we'll see, but we're on it. Definitely.
Awesome. So what else is on the obviously we're into just mid-January now. What else is on the plan agenda for 2024? Have you got lots of shows, festivals lined up?
We got a few. I mean, we actually go back to Poland on February, just after the release of the live album. We play like 4 shows in Poland. Mm-hmm. Then we got Japan for 2 shows and then festivals, during the summer. Yeah.
after the many years of playing shows, what's your favorite place to play? And, you have a big history of playing many shows in Russia as well. How frustrating is it not being able to get back there anytime soon?
Yeah, don't start me up with this. I mean, this was so weird because we play many times. At least we play quite a few times in Russia, and we play in Ukraine too, and we enjoy both. You know, we have friends in both sides, so this is like a calamity, really. It's not like I have an opinion. I mean, I know we're not gonna play there for quite a few years now. Hopefully, things will get tame a bit down, and they can recover on both sides. But I don't know.
And what is a favorite place to play for you guys?
I don't really have that. It's always good to. I mean, we love to play places we haven't played before. Yeah. We wanted to play in Japan for many years, and finally we had like a couple of shows in I think it was 17 or I don't know, a few years ago, and we got the chance to go back there. So that's very exciting. But anywhere, it's always like about the connection, really. That's what we live for, to have this moment where you connect with the crowd, and the music do
of course,
do the magic, so to speak.
What's it like playing in Japan? Because I've heard they have like matinee shows in the afternoon, or they play very early and they sit down and applaud very politely. What's it like? What's the difference?
No, that was cool. Actually, the weirdest thing of the show we played in Tokyo the first time was like it was on a floor. It was like I don't know, 15th floor in a building. Wow. So it's very weird to have a place, like up in a building. Usually you will be in a cellar or like the European club. We know how they are, but that was great. I mean, but I mentioned. Poland as well is, we're happy to go back there as well. I mean, anywhere.
Yeah, sure. What do you prefer, studio or the stage in the touring element? What's your favorite, Vorph?
I mean, it's really two completely different things. But, I mean, basically, I started up doing this for playing live. That is what excites me the most. But then, the creative process is interesting as well. I mean, it's more intellectual. You got time to think about it. You got time to discuss things. When you play live, it's more instinctive. It's more animal. You know what you're gonna do, and you go for it, and you don't think. It's just like it's more living. It's more live, of course.
Now, from a band that's been going for many years, how elaborate does your rider get as you took more shows and more incredible venues and festivals under your belt? Do you have anything crazy on your rider, or are you quite level-headed?
I think we kind of, I'm not 20 anymore, and even though back in the days, I mean, we were not like so crazy. I mean, of course, we were partying a bit more. Yeah. Nowadays, if I know I got a show the next day, I'm not gonna stay up night, and have, many drinks. But, beside that, I mean, it's nothing special. Really, if you want to do something good, I mean, you have to focus on what you want to do. And, party is one thing, but it can, sometime, be detrimental to your performance. So I rather have a certain discipline and be sure that, once I'm on tour, once I'm, going for a show, I'm going to do it right. And the rest of the time I do whatever I want.
Professional. I like it. Now, as more and more bands, are doing, especially those well-established bands as yourselves, have you ever considered getting into maybe the alcohol, coffins, merch element? Did I see something on your Instagram regarding gin or something? But where does it go?
Well, it was not connected to Samael, but with my girlfriend, we actually did a gin, but it was a very limited edition. We work with a winemaker here who was interested to make some distillation, and, we had 4 different, edition, but, he's going to retire now. So I don't know what's gonna happen with the gin if we found somebody else to work with. But, we live in a wine area here. Yeah. So we're friends with a lot of winemakers, and maybe sometime we will do something with Samael. I mean, we did back in the days, like a very limited thing, like 100 bottle or something. Yeah. But, you know, it's not really a business. It's more like, something fun to do.
Sure. So if you don't mind, I'd like to briefly discuss the decision back in 2017 to take a side project called War, Worship and Ritual, on the road to perform your first 2 black metal albums live. Great decision. What made you do it? Because obviously Worship Him is such an important album even today. I mean, how does it all feel to have done that?
Well, it's fun. I mean, basically we've tried that many years ago, like in a rehearsal place, like just a few songs, with Xi on the drum. Mas was still in the band at the time. Yeah. And we thought, well, maybe it will be fun to have like just one show one day, like in a local place. And they had a festival here where we live, where they do show like, in clubs and opener and stuff. And they proposed us like, if we were up to do like a 2-night thing, and we did it. And we thought it would be it. But then, the word kind of got spread, and we had some more opportunities. I don't know how many shows we played for this, but like maybe 10 or something. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah. But then Xi kind of lost interest to do it. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do with this project. It's probably it's of course standby now, but maybe it's over. I don't even know. I mean, as I said before, now we're pretty much focused on the new album. So my mind is somewhere else. So.
Would you ever go back to creating that raw sound from the early 90s?
Thought about it, actually. As we did, a few shows with this project. I actually had like, I think 3 songs, more or less, but they never got recorded. I mean, actually, yeah, I recorded one, an acoustic thing, just for fun, but that was it, really.
What's your opinion on the black metal scene these days? Do you keep your interest there?
I mean, I know the bands that were kind of around the same time on us, but the new thing, I don't really know. I mean, I'm very old school about this. If I want to listen to some black metal, I'm gonna go for Venom and Battery. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Right, obviously from Switzerland, what's the Swiss metal scene like these days? What's the vibe?
Yeah, I mean, it's better than it used to be. Probably the communication got better between the French and German part, and we got the opportunity to see bands more often. Yeah. But I mean, if you want me to name like some newcomer, I will not be able to do that. I don't really know. The band that I know is probably the band that everybody else know. Bilzer or of course Hellhammer, Celtic Frost. I mean, Triptychon. Torrunner. I mean, I'm actually very excited to hear what they're gonna do with the new album. I mean, I just heard one song, and they're forever on that album. So I'm curious of what will be the result. It's a band that I really appreciate too, so.
Look forward to that as well. What's it like playing in a band with your brother? Does it help or hinder things? Is it easier with the fact that you're both together and you know each other so well?
I often had that question. I don't even know, because, I don't know what it is to not play with my brother. So I cannot tell you if it's easier or not, but, I mean, the communication is kind of easier probably. I mean, we know each other. Sometimes we don't really need to speak, we just the intonation of the voice means more than the words.
Yeah, of course.
So, I mean, for that, I will say it's easier. And, we kind of, have a lot on the same page. I mean, we're different person. We got different interests in life, but we got a lot in common. So, that's what we're working on actually.
I mean, do you still hang out as brothers, or is it a case that you don't hang out casually because you see each other in the band all the time?
We see each other sometime, but not so often, besides, playing together, or, maybe we see each other for things related to the music business that we're in. But, beside that, I mean, we maybe have a meal once a year or twice a year together for nothing, just for being together.
Sure. Now, without making you feel old, Vorph, you guys have been at this for many, many years now. How do you feel the music industry has changed over those many years, and how have you evolved as a band and personally and as a musician?
Of course, you have changed. I mean, back in the days, I will not pretend that I understood how it works. You kind of go along with it and try to find a way. And this is pretty much what we're still doing today, back in the time, we were like copying cassette for fanzine and stuff and trying to spread our music that way. Nowadays it's different, but it's kind of always new because I never really have grip on how to handle this. So basically we do the music and then, we hope for the best.
I understand. Now, from your inception in the late 80s, can you believe you're still on it and making music? Did in your wildest dreams think you'd still be doing it this many years later?
Once I started this, really, I never thought I would stop. I mean, I thought, well, I stop when I'm dead, that's pretty much my mindset. So, I never thought I would actually get that old. So if there is surprise, this is where the surprise is. But I knew I will keep on doing this as long as I could. And, hopefully, we still have some years in front of us, but, we're still in good shape. We got 2 new members, Ales and Drop that joined the band in the recent years. And they're younger. They still have the
fire.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we don't have the fire, but we kind of used to certain things. Yeah. For example, when we had this idea to play Passage again together, I mean, for Xi and I was pretty much like rediscovering something that we knew. But for them, they knew the album, and it was like probably more important and more exciting than it was for us. And altogether, the excitement gets spread, and there's kind of a synergy that happened, when you're in a band, and if everybody is connected on the same level, well, then things are very interesting.
How challenging is it, or how exciting is it bringing new members into the band?
Well, it's never something I wanted to, it just thing happened. Life happened to people and to a band too. Mas decided to move on with the lights thing. I mean, he's a light engineer actually for Carcass mainly, but he did this he did 100 band probably. And that was more in his interest. So, then we had to adjust and change certain parameter, but I'm really happy with the lineup we got now. I mean, I could not really thought it could be any better. So, yeah.
Are they local to Switzerland? To you?
Yeah, I mean, both Alice and Drop are living in Geneva, which is like 200 kilometers from where we live. So we meet in a rehearsal place, and we don't see each other on a regular basis, besides when we play together.
Yeah.
But I mean, they actually played together in a band before joining Samael, so they got like a good connection between them, and that's kind of important because as Xi and I are brother, we know each other for a long time, so it's good that the energy flows better that way, so nobody feels a bit like being on his own, or so to speak.
Yeah, sure, good synergy. Now, over the years, has anyone ever challenged you over your lyrical content and what themes you put out? Has anyone challenged you on that? Any funny moments?
Yeah. It's the thing. I try to express myself to say things that I feel are important for me to express, and then people react the way they want. Quite often, I mean, they have a different interpretation of the lyrics that what I had in mind, and maybe they enjoy something on a different level than I would expect, but it's all good.
Mm-hmm. And what's the craziest thing you've ever read about yourself?
I don't know.
Have you ever someone said something and you can't believe they've actually said that about the band or something like that?
Probably it happened, but it kind of, I don't get stuck on the gossip sort of thing, so it skipped my mind right now. But I'm sure it did happen at some point where you hear some weird stuff, but I don't recall it really.
Sure. Now, you went on saying about not many bands you're familiar with in Switzerland, but is there any current new bands that are coming through that that have caught your attention, that are keeping it real? Anything that comes to mind that you've been listening to?
In Switzerland, you mean?
No, in the world. You said that Switzerland you don't know too much, but is there anything else?
At the moment, as we're pretty much focused on the album, we will listen to our own stuff, and I listen to some classical music, some electronic music. I mean, I got Meshuggah in my car right now, so yeah, but nothing new really. Stuff that I already know.
When you write new music, how often does, say, where you're from come into the writing creative process? The mountains, the scenery, does that ever blend into anything that makes you more creative?
I suppose there is an influence, the environment, most probably. But as you probably know, I mean, Xi is doing all the music, so I'm not really concerned with the writing of the music. I just wrote the lyrics and put my vocal line on it. But yeah, I mean, as we're living, in the Alps, and you got mountain on both sides, so it's kind of you better not be too claustrophobic.
Yeah.
So maybe there is a desire to transcend this, to take some altitude and move forward. Yeah, maybe that's the only thing I could explain eventually by being here. A sort of drive to move forward, to go somewhere else. It's not like you will be in Netherlands. It's all flat, so
yeah.
The horizon is there already. I mean, here you had to do something to see the horizon. I mean, there is just, rocks around.
I know. You're kind of enveloped. And I think you're right when you say the word claustrophobic. I love going to Switzerland, but I can imagine living there and having those mountains all around you all that time could be quite, if you're in a valley, can be quite claustrophobic.
And for some people, it is. Yeah, I mean, not everybody is comfortable with that situation. But, Switzerland is not only mountains. I mean, we're actually living in the mountains, but we're in the south, near Italy. But if you go to Zurich, I mean, it is a city. I mean, it's not the same.
Right. Before we go, I've got a couple of quick fire questions for you. Simple, fun ones. If you could steal credit for any piece of art, song, film, book, etc., what would you claim?
Some of the Giger work, the painter. I mean, some poetry. I mean, I don't know.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. If you could have any superpower, what power would you have and why?
Live forever. And why? Just so I can fuck up many times and still be around.
Yeah, I like it. If you could choose one song to play every time you walked into a room for the rest of your life, what song would you choose?
Hell's Bells.
Like, you know what? Everyone says it's always an AC/DC track when they say that. It's always like,
I thought, because I had something else in mind, but you say every time you enter a room, and I thought, well, just the ring of the bell, it's kind of setting the atmosphere.
I love it. I like Back in Black. That's a good one. Now, finally, an important question. What's the most used emoji in your phone?
I don't really use it.
That's
funny. I don't really use it. Maybe the thumbs up, the only time, I don't have time or anything to say about what I just read, but really rarely.
So, Vorph, thanks for the chat. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to be coming for the rest of 2024 and hope for some new music.
It will. Thank you very much.